so you can brand it, so you can see the brand that you are. Maybe you want to monetize. Maybe you're thinking about entrepreneurship, starting your own business. Maybe you want to become a service-based expert and you want to utilize everything you have learned from experience and from your skill set, from trainings, from working. Maybe you want to transition out of working for somebody to working for yourself, but you need to know how to bring. First of all, you need to identify, what is it that I am here for? Why am I here? Or everything that I have done, what was it all for? And it's so much more in the Purpose Passion Finder workshop. And we're partnering together to talk about our journey. He is my beau, my new best friend. And we're going to talk about our journey as a Christian couple who is courting. And we're taking you on a journey. So we're going to talk about real stuff. Because even though we are spiritually minded, we are real human beings that have to deal with challenges, temptations. And so we want to talk about how we deal with those things, how we address it. We want to connect with you. And so we're going to share what we are experiencing with our courtship, where we are now, how we met. Excited about that. We're going to talk about why we want to talk about God, why love, why life, why purpose. Isn't that everything, right?
You can still get your life back. Get your life back. It's real. Get your life back. Get your life back.
So I don't want to be before you long. I really don't. Hey, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. For those of you who don't know me, I'm Cheryl White Howard, speaker, author, life purpose coach, mental health professional, pastoral counselor, minister. I think I kind of summed up everything. How are you doing? So the first thing I want to ask you is, how's your pulse? Meaning, how are you doing? Because I'm about self-awareness, knowing where you are emotionally and mentally, physically, and psychologically, and spiritually. How are you doing? This is about self-care management. And I did a whole lot of stuff on self-care for those of you who follow me during last year, 2020. And we got to continue that into every year, every day, right? It's about you being healthy so you can be healthy for other people. So I'm asking you, how's your heart? How's your pulse? Where are you? What's going on with you? What do you need to work on? What do you need to heal from? What do you need to overcome? What are the perceived barriers you need to deal with, you need to address? What negative patterns you want to break so it won't block you from living your life on purpose? What is that thing? You got to know what it is. I remember saying that a tree without not knowing your roots, or a tree without roots is dead, but not knowing the underlying issues, the reason, the cause, actually leave you ignorant to some things. But when you got an understanding, and when you get a word of knowledge and you have understanding of a thing or a matter, that is the beginning of healing. That is the beginning of evolving, of moving forward, excelling, transformation. And we're going to talk about that later. So really, this particular episode is going to talk about things that's coming, things that I have coming up that I'm excited about, that I want to share with you now for 2021, and how it will help you, because I am definitely called to serve. That's one thing I know about my purpose. And I'm always about helping you and motivating you to break through barriers so you can propel into your purpose. Breaking through perceived barriers, things that you may think that are holding you back. Sometimes our language around that, what we tell ourselves, our core belief, it can hold us back. If we can think that we're worthless or we don't have any value, that will hold you back. So sometimes, first of all, it's just that mindset, rewiring the brain. But we're going to talk about that later, because I got a program coming out. It's phenomenal. And I've been working on it for over a year, because I want it to be a powerful source tool that is going to change your life. So it's all of the coaching and counseling into one machine. Not only with me, but I have invited partners, experts to help me with this program, because okay. All right. So I wanted to ask you that first. And so to me, it's about getting things done in 2021. Number one. That's it. Continuing. So not getting caught up in resolutions, although I know resolutions help some people because it helps to give them a new motivation or inspiration to do something new. But some of us are continuing. I don't want you to stop. Things may have been delayed, like with me. Things I plan on having done in December, in September, whatever. But because of the pandemic and because of having to quarantine, like one of the events I had was to have my first live local Purpose Passion Finder workshop and my Single Woman of Purpose workshop. We're not gathering together anywhere because of the pandemic for, to protect ourselves, right? I have done online summits. I talked about that too because I got something else up my sleeve with that. And I've done that. So you know what? I'm going to have to do it online. So it's not that things have to cease and you have to give up. No. You just have to do things differently and you have to move with the season, with the times. You know what I'm saying? So now you have to rethink how you're going to do things. And that's what some of you need to learn to do. Change the way you perceive things. Don't have the all of nothing thinking. That's what we call in psychology, all of nothing. If you can't do one particular thing, you just give like, oh, well, I might as well just not do it at all. Why? And so some of you, that's your barrier. That's your block. That's your mental block right there, and that's keeping you stuck. We're not doing that anymore. We are not doing that anymore. Okay, so I checked your pulse. That's what I wanted to ask you. How's your heart? What are you going to do moving forward? That should incorporate self-care management, living on purpose, and living in your passion and being intentional about doing that. So, if you want to answer that, I would love to see your comments in the comments section. You can inbox me. You can email me at info@CherylWhiteHoward.com or connect@CherylWhiteHoward.com or my personal email, getyourlifeback7@gmail.com. You can inbox me on Facebook, CherylWhiteHoward.getyourlifeback. I'm on Instagram, Cheryl.getyourlifeback. I'm on Twitter, Cheryl. No, not even Cheryl. Just Get Your Life Back on Twitter. Yes. Find me. I'm on the internet street. Anyway, and I would love to do, that's one of the things I want to do this year. I want to get you guys to engage more. And I want to answer questions for you or address some things you want to address. So if you email me questions and comments, things you want me to talk about more, topics you want me to discuss, I need your input. I need to know what you want to know, how I can help you. Okay? So that's how we're going to stay connected. So I need you to subscribe to this channel. I really do. I need you to push the bell so you can get notifications when I upload a new episode on Cheryl White Howard Get Your Life Back podcast. Thank you very much. Okay. So that you can say was That was a, I want to say command because I don't want to sound domineering. That was a prompt. I'm prompting you to do that. So that was part of the house cleaning. Okay. All right. What do I have coming up? I'm so glad you asked me. New trainings. So I have some new trainings coming up. And it's all about evolving, healing, growing, up-leveling your life. Which brings me to my new mind transformation e-workshop. All of the things I talked about earlier with the perception, the mindset, the healing, the overcoming some barriers or breaking through barriers so you can propel into your purpose, because that's what I'm all about as a certified life purpose coach. I help you break through barriers and live life on purpose, propel into your purpose, whatever that is for you. My new mind transformation e-workshop, and I'm praying to launch it in March and April. I've been working on this thing for like over a year because I have brought in experts to share their expertise and their life experience, because we learn through textbooks, yes, some things, but I feel textbooks may just give you a meaning or help you identify your experience, but life experience is your most best teacher. And so together with their experience, their expertise, they're going to provide some strategies to help you heal, to grow, to manifest and live life on purpose, to heal from traumatic experience in your life, bad relationship, those negative core beliefs that you battle with, that's keeping you stuck, that mindset I'm telling you. So you're going to learn some things. Let me tell you, Let me just give you a summary of the new mind transformation. It's going to help you learn how to mentally detox. That's what you have to do. And so to do that, we're going to move you through some stages. So that's going to incorporate some motivational interview. We call that in psychology, because some of you are stuck. So you're in a non-contemplation stage where you think you don't need to change or transform. If you told yourself you don't need to, because you kind of accepted where you are. So that's like settling. And that comes from a place of fear, disbelief, self-doubt, low self-esteem, or some major insecurities. Either of those things or all of the above, right? And that's blocking you from living life on purpose. We got to mentally detox, my people. We do. With that, you're going to learn how to rewire your brain. But let me go back to the motivational interviewing. So moving you from non-contemplation stage, because there's phases of change. That's what motivational interviewing is moving you through stages of change. And it's used a lot in substance abuse or addictive type of behaviors or clients, right? Working with clients who have addictive behaviors. But anyway, it can help. We use it in so many different, to address so many different issues. And so the goal is to move you to contemplation stage, where you actually starting to realize there's something sparking in you that's telling you, maybe I need to do something different. You know, maybe I do need to transform. So you're getting yourself ready to get to the point where you want to implement. Now, once you get on the other side where you're ready to take action, when you're at that stage, now you can implement, because you have opened yourself up to learning and growing and healing. Whatever you need to do, whether it's healing, growing, learning, breaking through some things so you can live and advance your life, that's where you will see real change. Because I don't care how good your therapist is, your leader, your life coach, your pastor, who's your mentor, you have to implement, but you have to arrive at a place where you're ready to receive it. So sometimes we got to break through some barriers. We got to tear down some strongholds. We got to tear down some stubborn doors. We got to tear down some barriers and some guards that you have up, so you can open yourself up to growing. And that's what it's all about. So we're going to deal with mentally detoxing, rewiring your brain, the way you feel it, the way you think about things, the way you perceive things. When we get past that, then you can experience a life with more joy, more laughter, more contentment. That's the place we want to get you to. And then transform your perception and emotionally and spiritually recharge. So we can't leave out the God factor. We are spiritual beings that live in a natural body, physical body. We have a mind, will, and emotions. And so we have to deal with the spirit man. A lot of times, some of you, when you deal with that spirit man, that's going to help you in every other area. It's going to be like a dominoes effect. Now you dealt with the spiritual matter. Now everything else will fall into place. Mentally, psychologically, and emotionally. So that's just sum it up. But anyway, the New Mind Transformation Workshop, where you will learn how changing your language, the things you tell yourself, the things you believe, and the things you speak over your life that's not helping you to grow is actually deleting from your life. It's actually adding more stress and anxiety and depression sometimes. Sometimes it comes from the language. And you know what? No judgment. Sometimes you have that negative language from some negative core belief that maybe somebody spoke over you, or maybe because of you doing your child development experiences or living whatever trauma you have experienced. This is why you battle. This is why you think a certain way. This is why you feel a certain way. And so it's all about getting an understanding, you know, having a word of knowledge, why you're doing this. What is the root? What is the cause? What is the reason? What is the underlying issues? We're going to go beyond some of that so we can identify what it is, so you can be self-aware, because that's the first part of healing. And then we can work on chopping those things down, breaking up these things, right? So learning how to change your language and developing a healthy mindset so you can upgrade your quality of life. So that sums it up. That is going to be, I'm praying that this thing will launch, I said, between March and April. And you will know more about it if you subscribe to my channel. And if you hit the bell button, you will know about it as soon as it's launched. And when I'm launching this New Mind Transformation Workshop, and you can get on my list as well. And all this information that you need to stay connected with me will be in the description box. And it is in the description box, okay? And This program is going to be available in Get Your Life Back Academy. That's my academy, online, virtual. You know everything's about virtual learning now. You can be in the comfort of your own home. It is going to be self-paced. You're going to get ebooks, let me see what I'm going to do. Worksheets, ebook, journal that comes along with it, a private Facebook group so you can have more support from the experts. So not just me. I don't know everything, okay? Just in case you thought that. But from my partners, leaders that I have coming in, sharing the expertise. I mean, from other mental health professionals. When I say mental health, don't just think about there have to be some mental disorder. Sometimes we're dealing with relationship problems. Some mental health issues, anxiety or depression. But not only that, because it's not therapy, but it's therapeutic. So this whole journey of new mind transformation is therapeutic. Anything that helps you to grow and feel good about yourself and live life so you can thrive, these are therapeutic tools. It's a therapeutic program. It's going to help you in that sense. So there's a thing called therapeutic coaching, different from psychotherapy or that kind of deep, intense therapy you get from a therapist or a licensed counselor. But we do have licensed counselor as part of the leaders that I have for the program that I partner with. So we have licensed therapists who's going to share some strategies with you, because coaching is also a form of counseling. It's a method that is also used in a therapeutic process working with people. And so you're going to get a lot of that in here. And I have, a licensed therapist, mental health professional, Christian life coach, a pastoral care professional. Okay, all part of this training that you're going to be a part of, because you know what, I'm taking my time, and I was taking my time to build it because I know that your life will change when those of you who feel like you need to be in this program. Your life will change and it won't be the same. Of course, at the end of the day, you have to do the work. Like I said, I don't care how good the therapist is, the coach is, the pastor is, or whoever is teaching you, the mentor is. When you get to that stage of change where you saying, you know what, I need to implement because I want some real transformation, that's when you're going to see the pieces of your life fall into place. Just like I had to go get my life back, and I'm still getting my life back. I had to incorporate some strategies. I had to change my mindset. That's how I was able to go and get to where I am now. That included mindset. That included education. That included being in the right networks, connecting with the right people. All of that work that I had to do from the inside changed the outside of my life. And I became intentional about living a life of purpose, in purpose. Yeah, purposeful, meaningful life, a fulfilled life, more fulfilled. So anyway, that kind of sums up a little bit of the New Mind Transformation Workshop, but you will know more about that when it is time. What else I got coming up the pipe? Okay, I am building right now a masterclass teaching you how to create your first summit event. And I made that for those of you who are not only enrolled in my Purpose Passion Finder workshop. I got some guys enrolled in there now. I'm so excited. It's self-paced, but I'm teaching you strategies of how to identify what your strengths are, what your skill set is, how to package all of that, all of you, your inner genius, right? Oh my God, that treasure that you have, your talent, your whatever it is, your abilities, your super abilities, so you can brand it, so you can see the brand that you are. Maybe you want to monetize. Maybe you're thinking about entrepreneurship, starting your own business. Maybe you want to become a service-based expert, and you want to utilize everything you have learned from experience and from your skill set, from trainings, from working. Maybe you want to transition out of working for somebody to working for yourself, but you need to know how to bring. First of all, you need to identify, what is it that I am here for? Why am I here? Or everything that I have done, what was it all for? And it's so much more in the Purpose Passion Finder workshop. But a lot of people who are enrolled in there, they are excited about getting into the online space, how to create online conferences and workshops and events where you're able to serve people, where you can coach, where you can counsel, where you, if you're a therapist, where you can provide therapy virtually, where you want to have an online conference or retreat virtually. I'm going to provide some simple strategies to help you start your first virtual workshop. I was so excited when I did my first 2 online workshops. I did it. The first one I did in 2017, and then I had the nerve to do another one in 2018. My first one was going from trauma to triumph, and from the page to the stage. From trauma to triumph was so phenomenal because I had so many speakers come on and share their story of being healed from traumatic experience and living their life on purpose now, doing great things. But they share their trauma, the stuff they have encountered in life that could have held them back, or that did hold them back for some time, but they share how they was able to overcome it, from domestic violence, from substance abuse, all kinds of forms of abuse, other kind of traumatic experiences, mental health disorders and issues that were blocked for them, and how they was able to break past it and heal, living in a healed state today. I did that because I have a desire for people to be healed and to enjoy life, to live life with passion, to know the things that God has for you. And when you see that, oh my God, you're talking about approaching life in a different way with a new mindset and perception. Yes. And then from the page to the stage, I have some awesome people showing you and sharing their story of how they was able to move from their vision, or move their vision, their dreams and their goals from a journal, from their pages, from an idea to reality, to manifestation, to actualization. And they share their stories with you to inspire you, to help you to move, and how you can connect with them if you need help from any of them to do that. Those, I'm telling you, it had over 100-some people sign up for those virtual summits online. Oh my God, I did that years ago. It is now 2021. It seemed like it was just yesterday. Such a blessing of people. I had so many testimonials of people who said they were blessed as being a part of the summit. So I want to help you learn, for those of you who want to do that, giving you some simple strategies to do that, where you can go ahead and start your own thing online, because you know this is what life has been. You know what I'm saying? So you might as well prepare yourself, because it's time for some of you to show up in the world so people can know where you are. You are the world's best kept secret. And it's time for you to come out, and it's time for you to be a part of this online space, because a lot of people are launching online businesses, virtual businesses and services. And you're going to have to do a lot of things by video and audio. People want to connect with you. It's not about being salesy and trying to get people to buy. And no. It's about helping and serving people. And people want to know who you are. You want to be able to relate to people. So it's about building relationships of trust. The trust, known, and like factor. People get to know who you are. It builds trust, and they like you. And so because of that, they may move into the stage of contemplation to working, where they're like, you know what? I need that person's book. I need to be in her workshop. I need to be in her class. I need to join her master class. I need that product, because they trust you. They got to know you, and they can relate to you. And whatever it is you're putting out, you find your audience and they connect with you. So it's a whole lot in that. Anyway, so I'm going to be creating that and launching that real soon. I have more ebooks coming up down the line, including Growing into Yourself and Purpose. So I'm almost finished with that ebook, and I'm getting ready to drop it real soon, teaching you how to work at growing into yourself and into your purpose, becoming you. Simple. When you find out everything, oh my God, I think I'm going to include this ebook also in my Purpose Passion Finder workshop as well. I'm going to throw it in there. Because you get to grow into you. A lot of times we step into positions, and it's okay at the beginning that you don't know everything, and we never know everything, but it's okay to embrace where you are and grow even in that position, whether it's natural, whether it's business, whether it's ministry, but you're growing into who you are. And God started to show you, he will show you who you are in it. And you will have that support team as well. So that ebook is dealing with all of that. I have some guest experts. I'm going to do more interviews with experts and leaders talking about entrepreneurship, ownership, real estate, mental and physical health, love and relationship building, parenting, and a whole lot more. And I'm really excited about another new big thing I have going on. Beside that new mind transformation, I'm doing a new podcast segment. It's going to be under this channel, Cheryl White Howard Get Your Life Back. And I already put up the playlist, and I have a partner who's going to do this podcast with me, and it's called God, Love, Life, and Purpose. We're going to talk about it. We're going to talk about all of the things. And I'm so glad to present this person to you. This is a person that's special in my life. His name is David. He's a Christian music artist. His stage name and his artist name is Dave LT. That's DAVLT. And we're partnering together to talk about our journey. He is my beau, my new best friend. And we're going to talk about our journey as a Christian couple who is courting. And we're taking you on a journey. So we're going to talk about real stuff. Because even though we are spiritually minded, we are real human beings that have to deal with challenges, temptations. And so we want to talk about how we deal with those things, how we address it. We want to connect with you. So it's for anybody, families, some families, not children per se, but it could be couples, premarital couples, married couples, individuals, singles. I mean, everybody, because it's not a couple podcast, but it's a couple doing a podcast. How about that? And so we're going to share what we are experiencing with our courtship, where we are now, how we met. Excited about that. We're going to talk about why we want to talk about God, why love, why life, why purpose. Isn't that everything, right? The story of us. And I don't want to give away too much right now, but we want to cover some strong topics, especially for couples too. We're going to talk about some couple things as well, but family things like the money talks that entails savings, things that we're addressing now as a couple, right? Budgeting, saving for emergency, for cars, for homes. I mean, all of that stuff, for business, for investments, for real estate, all of those things. You need to come together, bring your vision together. We're going to talk about that. Compatibility, learning each other's rhythm and system and love languages and all that good stuff. And love languages, not just for couples, love language is good for families. A lot of times you hear love language when it comes to couples, but what about the family having a love language, learning how to relate to your children, relate to your spouse, relate to others, relate in the workplace with your coworkers, right? We don't think about that, but we have to expand our thinking. Premarital topics. So I said the money talks, marriage expectations, stuff that we are talking about right now, healthy relationships. We're going to talk about sex, celibacy, abstinence, and intimacy. The challenges with that, especially for believers out there. When you trying to live a life that you want to please God, but we're also going to talk about the real challenges in that. How do we deal with those challenges and temptations? Hello, somebody. Read beyond and in between the lines. Love languages, effective communication we want to talk about. And we believe in approaching relationships with a grace focus, a grace approach. I'm actually writing a book about that as well. So grace focus on that. I thought about a scripture when I thought about sharing that with you. Ecclesiastes 4:12. Ecclesiastes chapter 4 and verse 12. Though one may be overpowered, two can defend themselves. A cord of 3 strands is not easily broken. Now I want to get into my cosmetology mind right now, because I'm also a licensed hairdresser cosmetologist. A twist with 2 strands can easily unravel, but a braid, 3 strands, it's not easily to unravel or uninstall. You have to really chop away to open up a braid, especially a tight braid. So think about that braid. Get the vision in your head of a braid of 3 strands tightly knitted together. It's harder to break. Think about your relationships, family, friendship, marriage, with God as the center. He can be the third. He should be the third. He should be the center of that 3 strand, right? But Here's what I get from that scripture. This scripture extols the virtue of having friendship, partnership, and a community. That's the strand, right? Being alone exposes you to more predators and leaves you more vulnerable. Think about what I said. One person can be overpowered, but two can defend themselves and each other. Trying to live this journey called life is best with connections to those who love you and having God as the center and lead of your life. This scripture also point out the importance of being in a community, of being social, having social connections, and being engaged in humanity and partnering with the Spirit of God in your life. Can't leave out the God factor for his divine unity and accountability. That's it. That is it. So it's important that we have good connections. And so we want to talk about that as well. You know, having God as the center, because we can mess up. We human. We got frailty. We got trauma. We got a whole lot of stuff going on inside internally. And we got stuff going on environmentally. And so we need God because God centers us. God reminds us of the overarching goal, of the purpose, his purpose and our purpose. So we don't want to leave that out. So I'm done. I hope you got a lot out of that. I'm done. But yes, stay connected, subscribe so you can stay up to date with everything I got coming up. Okay? You be blessed. Thanks for tuning in again. And until we see each other, stay healthy, stay well, stay self-aware. Practice self-care management. Bye-bye, everybody.